Dear students, in this video we'll discuss about class 7 Candid New Trends in English Grammar and Composition, chapter number 3, the noun case. Okay, so a noun has a different functions. So before starting this case, you should know about the other functions of noun in a sentence. So suppose take an example. I live in India. I live in India. So here in this sentence you find India is a proper noun. Yes or no? It is a noun. But here it functions as yes as an adverb. Okay, adverb place. So here noun plays the role of as an adverb. Okay. So similarly take another example. India is our country. India is our country. Okay, so as you know here India, yes, proper noun, but here India functions as a subject in the sentence. Yes, so here noun functions as a subject in the sentence. Clear? The first sentence you find India is a noun, proper noun. Noun here functions as an adverb in the first sentence, and in the second sentence India is our country. India here it functions as yes as subject. So here noun functions as a subject. Is our country. So country is also a noun, common noun. So here what is the function here? Yes, what is the grammatical status of country? So here you find that yes, it is a complement. It tells about India. Yes, India is a country. So here country India, they are not different. Here same. We are talking about the same country India. So here country is a complement. Clear? So here we will read more about how the noun functions as in a sentence. Okay, so here case. So as you know, case is that a property of a noun or a pronoun that gives information about the role it plays in a sentence, right? The role it plays in a sentence, whether the noun functions as a subject, whether the noun functions as an object, okay, direct object or indirect object, or whether it shows or functions as a possession, shows ownership, proprietorship. Okay, so here a noun must have a relation with other word in a sentence. So this relation is called case. Okay, so there are four noun cases. In your book there are three is given: nominative case, objective case, possessive case. But there are four type of cases, four types of cases. First subjective or nominative case, accusative or objective case, dative case, and another genitive case or possessive case. Okay, so first we will discuss about what is a subjective case or nominative case. Case you clear? I think you have got a complete idea about case. Case means it tells about what is the role of noun in a sentence. Okay, it gives, case gives more information about the role it plays in a sentence. Okay, so first we will start about start nominative case or subjective case. So as you know, so here when a noun or pronoun is used as the subject of a verb, yes, subject of a verb, it is said to be in the nominative case. Nominative means here subjective case. Okay, so when a noun or pronoun occupies the position of the subject in a sentence, it is said to be in the nominative case. Okay, so here first example here, Mohini addressed the class. Who addressed the class? Yes, to find out the subject in a sentence, you need to ask the question who or what. Okay, who or what. So here Mohini addressed the class. Who addressed the class? Yes, Mohini. So here the action is done by Mohini, doer. Okay, so here Mohini is the doer of the action. Mohini is the subject. So here Mohini, yes, Mohini is the noun. So here Mohini will be called as a subjective case or nominative case. Clear? The subjective case or nominative case means when a noun or pronoun, so here noun occupies the position of subject. So this is known as yes, subjective case. India won the match. So here India is a subject. Okay, so here subject is India. Amit and his sister went to the house. So here Amit and his sister, here this is subject. Okay, तो Mohini, India, Amit and his sister are the subject of the verb. Yes, so here Mohini is the subject of the verb address. India is the subject of the verb own. Amit and his sister, subject of the verb went. Okay, here Mohini, India, Amit and his sister will be called as nominative case or subjective case. So how to find out the subject, as we have already discussed? That too, you need to ask the question who or what. Yes, who or what. That means the doer of an action is known as subject. The doer of an action. Okay. Suppose take an example. Birds fly in the sky. Birds fly in the sky. So here the noun. Yes. Birds. Here birds will be called as a subjective case. So how to find the subject? You need to ask the question who fly. Then you will get the answer birds. The birds, this is subjective case. That means that the action is done by birds. But in some sentences you find there is no action is being performed. Suppose take an example. India is a beautiful country. India is a beautiful country. Okay, beautiful country. So here you find there is no action is being performed. As you know, here the sentence is about India. Is about the head word of the sentence India. So here, as there is no action is being performed, but here the sentence is given about India. So India is a subject. So here you need to ask the question what. Okay, what is the sentence is about? India is a beautiful. What is a beautiful country? India is a beautiful country. So here India is a, yes, nominative case or subjective case. So for for person, animals, you need to ask the question who. Okay. We find the subject, as you know. Who does the action in a sentence? This is known as subject. And what is the sentence is about? This is also known as a subject. Clear? Yes, so as you here find, okay. Who addressed the class? Mohini addressed the class. The answer is Mohini. Who won the match? India won the match. Who went to the house? Amit and sister. Okay. I think you have got a complete idea about nominative case or subjective case. Then next come to the objective case or accusative case. Okay. So any noun or pronoun used as the object of a verb or a preposition is said to be in the objective case. Okay. So as you know, objective. Okay. So when a noun plays the role of a direct object. So as you know, there are 4 cases: subjective case, objective case, dative case, genitive case. So as we have discussed about subjective case, then come to here objective case. That means when a noun plays the role of a direct object. So there are 2 types of object: direct object and indirect object. So take an example here. He teaches me English. He teaches me English. So there are 2 objects, me and also English. So here me is living being. Living being, okay, and English, this is non-living. So here living being will be called as indirect object and a non-living being will be considered as a direct object. So this is known as here English will be called as objective case. Okay. So when a noun plays the role of a direct object, it will be said as objective case or accusative case. So how to identify the object? So there is a question maybe arise in your mind: how to identify the object in a sentence? How to identify the direct object? How to identify the indirect object? As there is a simple way, as I have already discussed. Living being will be considered as indirect object. Non-living being will be considered as direct object. Okay, so if there is only one object, that will be considered as a direct object. Whether it is, it may be living or maybe non-living, it doesn't matter. If there is only one object, that will be called as direct object. Okay, so here you need to ask the question what or whom to the verb. Okay, what or whom to the verb. To take an example, he gifted me a watch. He gifted me a watch. Okay, so just you need to ask the question what to the verb, whom to the verb. What gave? Yes, what gave? Watch. Whom? To whom? Yes, me. Right? So here me will be indirect object, watch will be direct object. Clear? What to the verb, whom to the verb. Okay. So here the cow gives us milk. So there are 2 objects. you know direct object will be considered as objective case or accusative case. Here milk, this is direct object, and us, you know, indirect object. Okay, the teacher solved the sum. There is only one object, sum, so this will be called as a direct object. The direct object will be considered as, you know, yes, objective case or accusative case. Okay, so as we have already discussed here. So here we ask the question what or whom to the verb. What does the cow give? Yes, what gives? Yes, milk. Whom? Us. Okay. Then you know there is another case which is not mentioned in your book. Dative case. Dative case means, yes, here you know a preposition, object of a preposition. Okay. Object of a preposition. So here similarly same example here. Okay, he gifted. Okay, he gifted me a watch. Me a watch. Okay, so you know here there are two objects, me and also, as you know, watch. Me is indirect object and a watch, you know, direct object. So here it says object of the verb or a preposition. So here you can change the position of object by adding preposition. So you can write here he gifted. Okay, he gifted a watch. Okay, a watch to me. So just look at the previous example here. He gifted me a watch, but here you know object of the preposition me. So you know me here, you know this is the object of the preposition. Yes, to is your preposition. So he gifted a watch to me. Okay, so here you know me will be called as, yes, which object? This will be called as, you know, yes, dative case. Here me will be called as dative case, and a watch, this will be called as accusative case or objective case. Clear? So when a noun or a pronoun plays the role of an indirect object in a sentence, it is said to be in the dative case. Okay, so you need to ask the question to whom or for whom. You need to ask the question to whom or for whom to get the answer of indirect object. Don't ask here what. Okay, only you need to ask the question to whom or for whom. Okay, this will be called as a dative case. Dative case. Okay, as here it is also mentioned in your book, in objective case there are two, yes, two objects, direct object and indirect object. Harry gave Lynette some books. So you know here Lynette, this is, yes, this is indirect object, and you know some books, this is direct object. So here direct object will be called as accusative case or objective case, and indirect object will be called as a dative, yes, dative case. Clear? I think we have got a complete idea about accusative case, or we call it objective case, and another, you know, dative case. Okay, so here Sarla gave Ruchi a chocolate. So you know here Ruchi, this is indirect object. So here you find, okay, as we have already discussed, you know, living being will be called as indirect object. My mother, the orphans. Okay, so this will be indirect object will be called as a dative case, and you know direct objects will be called as objective case or accusative case. Objective case or accusative case. Okay, clear? So here let's discuss about exercise 1. Pick out the direct and indirect object. Yes, the leader gave us many promises. Yes, so as I have already told you, you need to ask the question, yes, whom, what or whom. What for, you know, yes, direct object, and whom for indirect object. Okay, the teacher gave us many promises. Okay, what gave? Ask the question, what gave? Many promises. This is known as a direct object. To whom? Yes, us. This is indirect object. Okay, her father gifted her a laptop. Okay, gifted what? What gifted? What gifted? Yes, a laptop. This is, you know, direct object. Gifted to whom? Whom gifted? Yes, her, or you know, indirect object. I owe my teacher many things. Oh, what? Many things. This is direct object. To whom? Yes. Oh, to whom? My teacher. This is indirect object. The principal gave us prizes. Gave what? Gave what? Yes. Prizes. Prizes direct object. Gave whom? Yes. Gave to whom? Us. This is indirect object. The master taught the servant a lesson. Taught what? A lesson. This is direct object. Taught to whom? Yes. The servant, indirect object. The king granted the poor people loans. Granted what? Loans. Yes, direct object. Granted to whom? The poor people. This is indirect object. My father bought a car. So there is only one object. But what? Yes. Direct object here what? A car. This is, there is no indirect object. The dog chased its tail. Yes, chased what? Its tail. This is, yes, direct object. Ramesh drew a picture. Drew what? A picture. There is only one object, direct object. The bank officer issued me an ATM card. Issued what? ATM card. This is direct object. Issued to whom? Me. This is indirect object. Clear? The remaining parts will be discussed in the next video. So I think this video will help you. If you find any doubt, you can comment in the comment box. Okay, thank you.